This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Shanta. Shanta is an entertainer, but she also loves to be entertained, which is why she has Flow TV brought to her through Flow's 100% fiber to the home network. It's great for busy Shanta because she can control the time she watches her favorite shows, play back from the start in case she missed it, or even record with cloud video recording. And with her Flow services bundle, enjoys much more for much less. Visit any Flow retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today afternoon news update for Wednesday, August 31st. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary Claire Williams. A 20-year-old man underwent surgery at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital this morning after being shot. The incident occurred around 6:45 at Bartlett's Tenantry in Sergeant's Village, Christchurch. Education Minister Ronald Jones says education is big business and he is appealing to the local private sector to invest in infrastructure for learning institutions. Jones was speaking this morning at the opening of St. Luke's Academy Primary School at Whitehall, St. Peter. He says 4 medical schools have already been given permission to operate here in Barbados and a 5th is on the waiting list. But according to him, they are facing the problem of finding the proper infrastructure on the island to operate.
Some enterprising businessman can say, you know something, you want to school out, I'll pay for you. This is what you pay per month, per year, per quarter, or whatever. This is your place, use it. You pay the money. So they're concentrating on what they're going to teaching doctors and nurses and dentists. I want to fill those. I want to fill secondary schools with a residential component. Because we're getting some calls from moving away. We want, especially Barbadians who would have gone up to England and the United States for a while, they want our children educated in my homeland. Because there's something good that is happening there. And we have to create that. We have not been able to do it today. But that's a possibility. I can't say Mr. Beer something because I will do graduates. But I wouldn't enter any business person. Architects, people who build, who got some, I don't know wherever they got here, I don't know. Who got rock stone. Whatever grade that rock stone is. Marfil, do something, let do something.
The Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Commerce, Sonia Foster, hails the opening of Ansa McCall's group of companies' new Seasons Paint workshop in Wildy as an indication of the company's confidence in the local economy. Foster was addressing the official launch last night. She said it is also serving as encouragement for potential investors.
The benefits will not only be found in the creation of jobs, but the enhanced value as well as the product offerings in the Wildy area. This and other enterprises which have recently opened their doors provides encouragement to other such entities looking to invest in Barbados and sends the message that Barbados is indeed open for business. New players in the domestic market always bode well for the competition as they provide an aspiration for better performance, customer service, encourage innovation, and overall excellence. The local consumers therefore benefit most from such impetus, as well as the provision of greater options generally.
Foreign Affairs Minister Maxine McLean says Barbados' ties with the United Kingdom remain strong despite the country's vote to leave the European Union. McLean was addressing a farewell reception last night for the outgoing UK High Commissioner to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Victoria Dean.
It is expected that much will change in the coming months and indeed years. It is not my expectation, however, that the strong ties that have existed between our countries will weaken. In fact, it is possible that such might strengthen. Many have expressed pessimistic views. I do not share such pessimism. If nothing else, I know that we can count on our friends as we navigate the new waves created by the pending changes. I also believe that I can say with certainty that you are such a friend. And I know you will be a friend in high places. You have been a good friend to Barbados, and I believe Barbados has also been good to you and for you and for your family. I do hope, therefore, that you will return again and again, and very soon, to visit from a very different perspective. Thank you for your enthusiastic participation in Barbadian life while you were here.
Sports now. West Indies remain at the bottom of the standings in Test cricket, according to the latest ICC rankings released today. The Caribbean side remains in 8th position above Bangladesh and Zimbabwe. Darren Bravo is the highest-ranked batsman in 28th place, with Kimar Roach at number 23, the region's highest-ranked bowler. Pakistan is at the top of the team table.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Read all about it, read all about it. Get your paper, only $2.25, let's get your paper.
You again with that stale news from yesterday. I got the Barbados Today app on my phone and I just get my news for free. What do she?
Barbados Today. News you can trust.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
We're back now with news from the region. Antigua's Prime Minister Gaston Brown has granted a request from the opposition to extend the time for public discussion on whether the island should adopt the Trinidad-based Caribbean Court of Justice as its final appeal body. The referendum on the issue was scheduled to be held on October 27, but Brown says the vote will now be held by March next year. He also told Parliament that he's hoping the extension is not being used to frustrate the process. A two-thirds majority is needed for the referendum to succeed. Prime Minister Brown urged citizens to support the move to replace the London-based Privy Council with the CCJ. A similar referendum will be held in Grenada on October 27. To date, Barbados, Guyana, Belize and Dominica are the only CARICOM member states that have adopted the CCJ as their final court of appeal. Further afield, the first regularly scheduled commercial flight between the United States and Cuba in 55 years landed in Havana this morning. JetBlue Airways took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, en route to Santa Clara, a central city known for its monument to Ernesto Che Guevara. Today's flight was the latest in moves by the Obama administration to open trade and travel with Havana. U.S. Transportation Secretary Anthony Fox, JetBlue CEO Robin Hayes, and other officials and journalists were on board. Regular travelers, including some of Cuban descent, were also on the flight. And finally, Australia's first female Aboriginal MP today delivered her maiden speech in Parliament, speaking about the discrimination she suffered as a child. Labour MP Linda Burney will represent the New South Wales seat of Barton. She said she was not a registered citizen until she was 10 years old.
I was born at a time when a white woman having an Aboriginal baby was shocking, and doubly so if that woman was not married. I was born at a time when the Australian government knew how many sheep there were, but not how many Aboriginal people. I was 10 years old before the '67 referendum fixed that. The first decade of my life was spent as a non-citizen. I spoke earlier of what it was like to be a young Aboriginal girl in the 1960s sitting in a classroom and being told that my capacity was limited by my race and that my potential was capped by expectation. Thanks to the voters in Barton, I hope that there are young people who sit in classrooms like Chloe Nowak from my hometown of Leeton here today, whose imaginations are not so limited. If I can stand in this place, so can they. Never let anyone tell you you are limited by anything.
That's news this afternoon. Remember, you can get more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Or you can tune into Channel 99 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news and sports. I am Maricla Williams. Good afternoon.